People, DG, I'm back again. Now, with it being obviously Black History Month, as much as I hate the fact that it doesn't matter what sort of people you are, to have a month is very condescending. Not that I follow it, teach our people them the thing all the time. But when I told you guys I haven't experienced racism on a football pitch, I wasn't exactly honest with you guys. In a sense that, in fact, I have told you about several incidences. But there's a couple that stay with me, like, you know, they're memories that stay with you for life. And it's not that it's a bad thing. I know talking about racism normally is, but I just felt that it should really stay with me, and I felt now's the time I feel comfortable enough to share it. Not that it was a bad thing or embarrassing or anything like that. It's just weird, to be honest with you. Okay, so if we bring ourselves back to what 2010 or anything from 09, the period of 2009 to 2011, I played for a team called Norsemen. We formerly were at Edmonton All Stars. We moved and joined allegiances with Norsemen because, looking back, I don't know, but I can only assume Norsemen had their own clubhouse, they had their own facilities. They had the clout. They had a lot of things that we could utilise. And being a club in London with limited resources, it made sense to link up in it. Off the back of, don't get it twisted, we were a decent Sunday League team. We won the Cheshunt double, to be fair. But so now we've joined the league in the EGA. We've joined a better league, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Obviously, we had quite a few white players and players of a different ethnic minority on our team. The goalie. I mean, how often do you see black keepers? But banter aside, people. Yeah, we had a couple in it, so it weren't just necessarily a black team, but the majority of us happened to be black. And we joined a league which was, how do I make this, more affluent, more posh, quite frankly, different from us in it. So, like, very different. It weren't like geezers and stuff like that. It was the posh. You would have thought a lot of these youths would be playing lacrosse and them rich sports there. But we're in this league, and now obviously we stick out to a degree like a sore thumb. We're a good team. We can play football. We're firm but fair. We play good football. We challenge for titles. We win leagues and things like that. So we weren't a bad side within that league. But we definitely stood out like sore thumbs purely because every game, I can't lie, you wouldn't see too many black players on the other team, coaching staff, fans. And when you're in this mad area you've never been for in England, in these mad sides, you're a bit paranoid, innit? I mean, you're not thinking something's going to happen to you, but it definitely feels mad weird, innit? So, like, when you're going to play Thurrock or Tilbury and these sort of sides there, you'd always see it. There would always be certain comments. There would also, to a degree, at times it also worked in our favour, people, because I always tell you, lot, you can strike fear into your opponents very quickly. You saw Roy Keane do it for Man United many a time. You've seen Vieira. You saw Vieira and Roy Keane try to do it to each other. And I've always known that purely because in school you can see when someone doesn't want to play football, you've already won the game. But this helped us in this league to a degree is because I don't know whether it was stereotyping and things, but you would hear comments like, oh, they're going to stab us, they're looking for a fight, they're thuggish, they're lacking class. So we had to keep a lot of it inside and transmit it in different ways, because if we do anything, we're seen as aggressive, despite the fact that they're doing a madness in it. But we learned how to channel that to a degree, because if you're going to stereotype and be scared and think just because you see 11 black players or 10 plus George the keeper and you're getting scared, shit, then you might as well get scared then, innit? Like, we don't see colour, we don't really care. Well, we do see colour, that's we in society we should see colour and praise everybody's differences and collaborate for better use. But if they want to stereotype and be scared, then we might as well let them. We might as well play up to it. When it comes to shaking hands, screw up the faces and things like that. Firm tackles, let them know you're there. Barges, let them know you're there. Just make it a physical encounter, then the job's already won. But there was one team, they didn't do anything necessarily, although there were connotations, but it was Tilbury. Now, this game's always stuck with me, it's pure because, coincidentally, Tilbury is one of the ports, I believe, that a lot of Caribbean people came to England during the Windrush era for wanting a better life and evolving themselves economically and a better quality of life. So, obviously, being in Tilbury is always stuck on my mind, but you would hear these comments when playing. You would hear this, oh, are you going to stab me? Are you going to this? Are you going to that? There was one incident against this very team where one of my players, our players on our team, he got into a bit of a nonsense, and he said this. The guy said the same comment: Are you gonna stab me? Are you gonna shoot me? And then to which I came over. I'm not necessarily looking for fights and stuff, but I said no, he ain't gonna do that. But I'm gonna clamp the fuck out of you the next opportunity I get, and that's exactly what I did. So, like, I don't know, that season or them seasons, it really taught me a lot about life. It really taught me, like, I'm 23 years of age. I'm prone to acts of madness, but it really taught me you got at times. let's keep it true. You got to carry yourself a different way. At times, it seems like it's only us that, well, me that has to carry myself a different sort of way to not be judged in things. But it really taught me that them seasons there. It really taught me about keeping it in check, reacting a different way, not reacting necessarily with anger or violence, being smart and things like that. Obviously, it weren't all bad. You did get some mad comments. Like there was this mad geezer once. He made us laugh. He's like, "Oh, there's so many black guys on your team. You're all fast and strong." Like I swear I died because I was thinking, are you? I remember the comment. I was looking at him, the manager, the coach of the other team, and thinking, are you just making this comment up, or are you actually thinking it through? Because I'm looking at your team. These times I'm short guy, people, but these times I'm even shorter, and I'm not gymming, so I ain't got the size that I have, fresh home and that. But yeah, I ain't none of this in it. And I'm looking at his team. He's got giants at centre half. So I'm thinking you're chatting out your bum crap. Because what are you talking about, really and truly? So yeah, on the grand scheme of things in my Sunday league era, racism was. I didn't experience racism really and truly until damn probably age groups. Looking back, I wouldn't say racism, but or bias or stereotyping, but there was a time, I cannot remember the team's name, was it Chesant? God strike me down if I'm lying, we beat one team 25-0, literally, as under nines or something like that, 25-0, and their parents were like, go easy on us, you're so much faster and stronger in these things than them, and it's only looking back that I clocked these sort of things, people, and then even when I can't even explain it, when I look back and, obviously, for those of you that played in the Eastern Junior Alliance, people used to walk away and say it's semi-pro and get gassed. There used to be like if you played in it, you'd think you're a professional because you've all got the track suits. Every team's got a clubhouse. You're getting pre and post game foods and them things there. And you did see some sort of faces like when we went to go and play certain teams, and obviously with a somewhat more professional setup than a typical Sunday league team. Especially at home games, it's like they were shocked, like they didn't think you could do these sort of things and stuff. And it really taught me a lot, man. Like, I mean, even in the last year, completely away from this, from them experiences, it's helped me build upon that and actually keep my anger in check. Because there's actually nothing more that annoys me other than racism. Like, I actually got excluded in my secondary school for defending someone for racism. Yeah, I don't want to get into the story, but in a long story short, one individual was getting at just to paint the picture. Was the guy who was the victim, not to say for want of better words, was of Asian descent, and the guy doing the nonsense, I can't remember what country he was from. I think he was mixed race, but he was one of them. He had bare countries in him. Either way, he was just, quite frankly, people being a prick throughout the whole day. I'm not even gonna say the stuff he was saying in it, but I had enough in it because it makes me mad in it. So me and him got into a fight. He snitched. He said I attacked him and this and that. I didn't snitch on him because I don't really want to get involved in that. I got excluded. And yeah, it's just one of the rap sheets that I had in school. But yeah, man, looking back, it is pretty funny. Like it is funny. Like it's crazy, man. But the thing that used to, and it still scares me to the day when I go to some areas in England, like, and I stand out like a sore thumb. I feel shook at times, man. Like, I'm sure many people have felt this. It doesn't even matter what colour you are. Even sometimes when I'm in a professional setup or things like that, you really do at times. It's like a subconscious voice goes into your head. Like, you look around, you look at all the faces, and then you look at yourself, and you're like, I'm the only one in this space. Like, it's nothing, because I mean, I got like, it's nothing in it. I have a diverse set of friends, and colour in the grand scheme of things means F all. But you notice these sort of things, and yeah, man, like, there's not much more to say. I don't even know the course of this fit. I'm just saying bare, man. But guys, DG, let me get out your hair, man. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. I'm out.